Defense in Ethan Crumbley's case decided to not or to waive their right to that preliminary hearing.
No, I'm not surprised. I think we know the outcome of that. This is going to proceed, and if anything, they're actually mitigating the information as it comes out.
Right. So, because what I was going to say was, oftentimes, I found preliminary hearings to be very helpful in putting together a defense. You get to see somewhat of a preview of the prosecution's case. But what you're saying is that by not allowing them to put any of that forward in a public forum, because it was a Zoom hearing available to everyone, they're sort of mitigating some of that evidence because discovery is well underway.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, information definitely is going to be moving back and forth between counsels here, and the discovery is absolutely going to come out. And waiving a preliminary hearing, I mean, like it's definitely something you want to take. It's a decision you want to make with precautions because it does allow you to learn a lot about what the DA has, and even poke holes in certain attributes of it that signals a lot that for what comes next in proceedings like this. So there's a lot that you could benefit from having the prelim, but sometimes in absolutely notorious cases where there is just a mass amount of evidence, you actually want to get ahead of that and start to litigate in limine to be able to control what comes into evidence if this goes to trial.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. And also, the defense attorney in this case for Ethan Crumbley has expressed, I saw some interviews that she had done with some of the local news stations, that she's interested in a plea in this case. Do you think there's any chance at all that there's a plea in this case for Ethan Crumbley?
It's plausible. Okay, the fact that his parents are also involved, you can absolutely use testimony from one from one party against the next here. Another is he's very youthful and he was impressioned upon by his family, and so there may be some mitigating circumstances that would lead to a plea deal. But something you got to remember is that this is quite gruesome, and you got 4 dead victims, and so there's a lot to rectify. And retribution, needs to be equivalent. So, I think that if a plea deal was to come down, it'd be deeply calculated.
Yeah, very, very serious. I agree with you. There's certainly a pound of flesh that needs to be gotten in this particular case. And also quickly on Jennifer and James, the parents, the judge deciding not to lower their bond, that certainly didn't come as a surprise.
No, not at all. They have a history of missing court. So, one of the biggest things that we care for on bond is, are you a flight risk? Are you going to leave? And so they have a history of precisely this kind of issue. And I think that the judge was accurate, was very on point here in weighing that out and ruling this way.
Yeah, agreed. The only thing I will say is that the defense attorney on their part said that they had run from the jurisdiction because they were afraid for their own safety. And I could certainly understand that, but they should have notified the court, which they did not do. All right, Matthew, stand by. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, today we heard the sentencing of the 3 men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery.